this broadcast, please respond. My name is Nobody, and I am a survivor. I have an underground bunker and supplies. I repeat, if anyone can hear me, please respond. Good morning, evening, or afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for day 5 of How to Play 7 Days to Die. I'm going to go ahead, it's only day 3 at the moment, but in order to keep up with the naming convention, I'm going to go ahead and just run through to day 5. All I'm going to do in the time being is just beat every rock that I see in order to gather up some stone, because I actually want to make my base not out of wood, but out of cobblestone and upgrade it. So I'll be basically just gathering stone and clay. So the way to find the clay, like I said before, is just look at your map here, and any of these little brown spots here are generally clay. So you'll want to go there and dig. So that's all I'm going to really do for the next day or so, and I will meet up with you when it's time to start building the base on day 5. Okay, so I recommend anytime that you're gathering at night, if you need stone and iron, come on down to the base where we're building it down here, and go ahead and just dig the base out, because zombies can't get to you. That's a good way to spend your time at night, actually. You'll need some light down here. I've got the mining helmet already, obviously, so I don't really need the light as much, but you will need light, so be aware of that. So I'd probably bring some torches or something like that with you. That is actually made, let's see, in your inventory crafting. That just requires animal fat, cloth fragments, and wood. So make a bunch of those up if you're going to be down here so you can see better. I'm just going to use this time to actually work on digging out the base that we already need to dig out anyway for the forge room. And during the day, I'll actually be hitting the rocks up top. The reason why you want to hit those over this is you only get stone and metal down here, but if you go up top, you get a little bit of everything. You get coal, lead, nitrate powder, raw iron, and stone as well. So you're much better off hitting the stuff up top than you are downstairs. The only reason I'm downstairs at night is because zombies are running and they don't sneak up on you down here. But I'll meet up with you when we're done with all of our gathering. Now, in between, I am going to actually work on getting up some iron tools. And in order to do that, basically you just put your raw iron and your clay in your forge. Burn all of that up, and then make forged iron out of it. And then from the forged iron and wood, you can make your iron tools. I recommend, if you're going to be going after cobblestone, to go ahead and do your iron pickaxe first, and then your iron wood axe second. But I'm just digging, like I said, I'm digging out down here, so I'll meet up with you on day 5. Okay, so it's day 5, 4 o'clock. I went ahead and did like I said, and I've just been gathering clay and rocks. I am currently making up a bunch of cobblestone rocks. It's going to take way too long. I don't think I've got enough time for all of that in this episode. So the other things I did was I worked on getting up as many glass jars as I could so I can get some water. That's going to be pretty important coming up. We're running low on them to start with, and I've been picking up chrysanthemum along the way whenever I was out there mining. During the night, I actually worked on the downstairs, like I said, and during the daytime, I just went out and beat all the rocks so I could get extra materials and everything like that. I've got quite a bit of materials now, so you don't necessarily need this many materials, but I went ahead and got them anyway, because I know I'm going to be building pretty big on this one. I will show you the minimum you can get away with to start with, and then I'm going to expand off of that. Also, every bird's nest that I saw, obviously I wanted to pick that up. So the only reason why you would ever not pick up a bird's nest would probably be, say you are being chased by a running zombie horde or anything running faster than you, that's about the only time you don't stop to pick up your birds' nests. Otherwise, they're way too valuable to just leave there. I ended up getting 243 arrows and 75 feathers, so I'm doing pretty well on that. I'm going to go on and drop some of this stuff off and cancel my cobblestone rocks. And I will pick up from there, just make all the cobblestone blocks that I can. Now, another thing is, I forgot to mention, day 4, there's always a zombie horde that comes a couple days before your zombie night. Or it's not zombie horde, it's a dog horde. Usually your first one is on day 4. It can be anywhere from 2 to 7 or 8 wolves, and sometimes dire wolves. Now, dire wolves, you're not going to kill this early unless you're really, really good. The wolves themselves, you can actually sneak shot them in the head if you can get away from them. But make sure that you chop them up because they give you plenty of meat. Like, I just got quite a bit of meat. I've got enough in here for 5 boiled meat, and I had like 2 bacon and eggs, I think. But yeah, quite a bit of meat, plus I've got 25 left over. I'm holding on to the rest of it for when I get my first piece of corn. I'm gonna start probably day 6, or not 6, sorry, day 8. I'll start a farm somewhere nearby and start farming up everything we need. We need to concentrate more on corn and potatoes on the farm. I'll actually make an entire episode out of farming for you. But today we're going to worry about building up our base as much as we can. So I'm going to go and cancel these and go ahead and start the flagstone blocks. Now, all I'm going to do here is nothing but straight up flagstone blocks. There's a reason I want to make these. It's going to take about 7 minutes and 20 seconds, so I've got to find something to do in the meantime. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look around a little bit while we're waiting on that. Because we want to have all of them done if we can. As many of them as we can. Because we're going to end up making quite a large base. But by day 7 we just need to have the basics. So I'm just going to run around, kill some zombies to level up while I'm waiting. And maybe do a little bit of looting on the outside. I'm not going to go into any buildings or anything yet. Because I want to make an actual full episode out of looting. So I can show you what you need to loot and what you don't really need to loot. What you can get away with scrapping and all that stuff. So, oh yeah, I'm a pretty terrible shot with this thing. I haven't actually done my dot. There is a trick that you can do. You can either use a piece of tape, or if you have a, say a dry erase marker, you can actually kneel down here, and right in the center you'll see this little dot in the center of your targeting reticule. If you put a little black dot there on your screen using a dry erase marker, it actually gives you a full-time dot that shows you exactly where your bullet's going to go. It's really good for aiming quickly. I recommend doing that, especially for new players, to make you a better shot. I don't actually have it set up right now. I probably should. Especially since I'm going to be on video shooting and everything. But that's just a little tip. Now, like I said, I'm just going to go run around, look around, see what we've got. Like this pawn and loan here. Okay, yeah, we've already looked at all of this. It's been a while since I shot the last video, so I forgot about that. We might as well go pick up our little loot crate that we've been given. Well, actually, I don't want to say loot crate. It's what is it? It's an airdrop crate. We want to go pick that up because it's usually got really good stuff in it. So we might as well head over that way now. I'm just killing these zombies for experience, by the way, because they're a really good way to level. And the faster you level, the faster you can build. Now, as I leveled with all my gathering that I did, I leveled a few times, but as I leveled, I basically put my points in a priority system. Number one priority is miner 69er. You want to keep that as high as you possibly can if you're going to be mining a lot, because it'll get you more materials and make you break stuff faster. And then toolsmithing should be secondary. And then behind toolsmithing, you want to go with sexual tyrannosaurus. Basically what that's going to do, okay, see, yeah, this is one of the wolves that I was talking about. I'm going to go in and kill him. Try to get a one shot on him if I can. No, I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to kill him. The easiest way to deal with these guys is if they're chasing you. Let me get him to where he can chase me. Yeah, run backwards and shoot him in the head if you can. As long as you continuously run backwards and don't slow down, you should be able to kill him with no problem. Now this uphill running is kind of annoying, so be aware of that. Just make sure you don't run out of stamina, you'll be fine. They usually don't stop chasing you that soon, but the minute that you try to record it for someone, that's what they're going to do. So yeah, but as soon as you get him dead, it's the easiest way to deal with him, is just run away from him while you're shooting him. Takes a little bit of practice, but you'll get good at it. As soon as he's dead, and this guy's dead, I'll go on and chop him up so you can see how much meat we get from him. Okay, make sure I don't have any meat on me. Okay, I am meatless. Good. So, with a hunting knife at level 93... you end up, just from one of those, you'll get 8 meat. That's a lot of meat. That's 8 meals you can make out of it. So definitely kill all of those that you see. They're a priority. However, if they hit you, they're going to make you bleed, and it's pretty easy to bleed out and die from them. So try to make sure that they don't hit you. They're probably one of the scariest things in the game, if you ask me. Them and dire wolves, and bears are the scariest things to come up on. But the regular wolves are a lot easier than the dire wolves. The dire wolves take, I'd say, probably about 5 or 6 times as many hits as a regular wolf. So try to get your headshots if you can. Constantly move. The dire wolves can outrun you too, so be careful with that. They will outrun you. I'll actually, if I find a dire wolf anytime soon, I will actually show you the hunter's perch trick. It doesn't always work, but it generally works, so I'll try to show you how to do that when we get the chance. But all I'm doing is I'm running towards the marker on my compass up here until I get to the airdrop. Now the airdrops are really, really good. They give you stuff that you definitely need. Alright, and we're in the burnt biome here, so be very careful if you're in this burnt biome, because a lot of bears like to spawn in here. Zombie bears are the worst. They take forever to kill, and they hit you really, really hard, and they move really quickly too. They can outrun you at a full clip quite easily. You're not going to outrun one. So either wait until you've got plenty of ammo and a good gun to attack one, or make sure you've got a good hunter's perch set up. Like I said, I'll show you the hunter's perch when I find a wolf that's worthy of using one. Okay, so this is a supply crate here. So we're going to open this up. Now make sure you have enough room in your inventory for these things. See, we got SMG parts, and 4 antibiotics, 3 first aid kits, an SMG stock, and painkillers. They always have good loot, but make sure that you have enough room, because as soon as you close that, it's going to explode like that. Let's see, is there anything around here that we want? I don't think there is. We can head on back to the base now. So I think I'm going to continue doing the blocks while I run back to base, and I'll meet you back there. Oh, quick note, another good thing about this is, you see how easy these birds' nests are to see in the burnt biome? That is the good thing about the burnt biome. So if you're out there, keep your eyes peeled for birds' nests. You'll see a lot more of them. Okay, we're almost back to base, and I found a patch of goldenrod. Now, this goldenrod is very, very useful. This and chrysanthemum both. They make really nice teas that give you wellness, as well as I believe it's the red tea that gives you a cool buff. So like if you're in the desert or something, or in a hot biome and you're overheating, it's good to use the red tea because it'll cool you down. I wouldn't really use it so much in the colder biomes because it can cool you down too much, but the goldenrod will not cool you down. If I'm correct, don't hold me to that. I can't remember between the two of them. One of them gives you a coolness buff and one of them doesn't. So pay attention to that. But like I said, always pick up any of the good stuff that you see, like chrysanthemum, goldenrod, and feathers are really, really big items to have. So I'm going to go ahead and make some more arrow. Well, no, I need more wood. I need to go actually get some more wood up very, very soon. In fact, I probably need to do that now. I believe, yeah, I'm done with the flagstone blocks. So I'm just going to go ahead and before I do the wood, I'm going to go ahead and start placing some of these blocks. Now, I'm going to do something a little special with this one. You don't have to do it this way, but I want to keep this area right here that I've got here. I want to keep it kind of safe from everything. And I want to put the, what do you call them? I want to put spikes around here. So what I'm going to do is, let me see. I don't have an axe, do I? No. Okay, so I'm just going to break this apart with this. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop this hatch out where I know I had put it in before. I'm going to drop the hatch out because I'm going to have spikes all around here and I want an easy way in. So I'm going to actually make my way down from up top. You'll see what I'm doing in just a minute, hopefully. Let me see. Anything I could drop? Rotting flesh. Rotting flesh isn't that big of a deal to have, or great of a thing to have. Well, okay, yeah. I need to get rid of that rotting flesh, actually. Let me drop some stuff off in here so I can open up some room. There we go. And chrysanthemum. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a square around here. 1, 2, 3, 4 high. I'm going to drop the entire square around. And there is a reason for doing this. What I'm doing is I'm just giving myself a little hatchway down from the top. 3. 1, 2, 3. That way I've got entrance to my base from up here, not from down below. There is an actual reason I'm doing this. I do have my ladders on me. Yeah, I do. Good. I'm going to go ahead and drop my ladders in and get rid of my hatch as well while I'm at it. Okay, so I need to come down here, open this up, and destroy my hatch. So I will be with you as soon as I finish destroying this. Okay, so yeah, I destroyed the hatch and just put ladders all the way up to the top. Now the reason I'm doing this is, like I said, I'm going to have spikes all around in here. But up here is where I'm going to be for Horde Night. And I'm basically going to build out from here. And I want to kind of mirror what I'm going to do down below, up top. So that's the main reason for this. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then ceiling. Alright. I'm going to put 4 high here. I'm just going to use these, I'm going to use these wooden ones just to count out. I'm going to go 5 out here. By 5 here. 2, 3. So that's going to give me 3, 4, and 5. Let's see. You don't have to go this far out. Like a 5x5 is plenty for your first night. 1, 2, 3. But I've got a lot of material, so I can go ahead and do this. I'm going to do a couple 5x5s here. And this is what I'm planning on for future, so. That's not quite right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is 5 by 5. So I'll have to pick these up. This way I know how to lay my stuff up top is all I'm doing here. Let's see. That means I'm going to have to put a pillar here. Oh no, I messed that up. See, this is why you pre-plan. And I screwed up the pre-plan. I should have put it right next to where it's at in order to keep a 5 by 5 square. The reason why I do 5 by 5 is for durability purposes. They tend to get too heavy if you do any bigger than that. So I actually just want 5 by 5s for my open areas. I'm going to be using more than likely iron bars for that. So I need to go ahead and queue up as many as I can in the forge. But like I said, you can get away with one single 5 by 5. So we might just do that to start with. Okay, I need a lot more clay. And yeah, I'm just going to queue that up so I can start worrying about iron bars and start placing these again. Let me think. If that, yeah, 5 by... Sorry, I probably should have thought this through a little bit better. Yeah, that gives me 5, and then... Yeah, that'll give me 5 there. Yeah, this will be good. Now, I'll go out here 5. And put a pillar... I don't need the pillar there, I don't think. Yeah, I do. I'll go ahead and put a pillar here, just to be safe. And then put a pillar here. And a pillar here. Be careful if you're using cobblestone, because you can misplace them quite easily, and then you just have to destroy them. It's wasted materials, so you don't want to do that if you don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch more blocks too. I can upgrade these later. I don't think they'll get destroyed during the first horde night, so... Let's see, can I make any more? No, I'm going to have to make more cobblestone, so... I'll just continue to make these while I'm working. 1, 2, 3... There we go. Basically, all I'm doing is I'm connecting. And leaving the centers completely empty because I'm going to be putting my bars down in there. Just like I did in the, what do you call it, in the previous video. So I need to drop this pillar here. Now, if you crouch, sometimes you can reach a little further with these. That's why I'm crouching, if you're wondering. And I need to move that stuff too. So I will be moving it very, very soon. I'll show you how to move all of it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just build this up one more here. And drop another ladder. Okay, so I have one here. I'm going to go another one out to the side here. Just so I've got a really, really large area. I'm going to go ahead and just to make this work better, do this right here. And just fill these areas in. So I've got an area up here if I want to build anything up top. Alright, there we go. And I think I hear a roaming horde somewhere. I just heard at least one zombie. Oh, okay, yeah. Little nursey lady here. But they won't be able to reach us up here, so we'll be fine. And we'll be able to shoot through the bottom pieces. And we're also going to drop a bunch of upside down spikes, like I showed you in the last video as well, down in the bottom. Like everywhere down here is going to be an upside down spike. So I'm going to have to dig all that area out as well. But we'll get into that when we get to it. Yeah, I like this setup. This is the way I'm going to do it. Now, you can get away, like I said, I recommend for your first Horde night just doing one of these instead of all the ones that I'm doing. I've just got a lot of material, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and build it up. I spent a lot of time grinding. 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. And misplaced. It's best to use wooden blocks to place everything to start with, just so you know where you've got to place everything. But for some reason I didn't do that. Alright, so I'm going to just pick these up since I've already got them placed out. And I'm going to dig out at least one of these. I'm going to dig this one out to start with, just to make sure it's ready. So I'll get with you as soon as I'm finished digging. Okay, I'm done digging that hole. Now, I've decided that I'm just going to use, for the top pieces right now, I'm not going to use the iron bars, because I'm going to need the iron for these things down here, for the spikes. I recommend going with iron spikes to start with. Wood spikes, just, they're not quite good enough. So we're just going to queue up all of our iron here that we've got and smelt it up into actual iron. The best way to get that iron is to drop it in to smelt and then pick it up after. Basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of iron, what do you call them, iron spikes. Let me see if I've got any raw iron in here. I've got empty can. Okay, yeah. Just make up a bunch of iron spikes and put them down. You're going to need 25 for each one of these that you do. So just remember that. Dropping 25 down here is good enough for Horde Night 1. I recommend having at least 2 of these if you want to spread bodies out pretty well. Having at least 2 of them, maybe more. That's just something you'll get more accustomed to over time. Let me see if I can, let's see. I'm going to go on and cancel these and make more flagstone blocks so I can continue on. And in the meantime, I'll check in on my iron. It's going to take a little while to finish the iron. It's going to be about 40 minutes. But we don't necessarily need to finish this base today. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this now. Make some iron spikes. See how many I can make. Okay, scrap iron log spikes is what you're looking for. It takes 40 iron per, so you're going to need a lot of iron. But I'll just go on and make 2 of them real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about doing. And then I'll probably call the episode for now. And then I'll finish up what I'm doing for the rest of the night. You pretty much see everything I'm going to do with the base. So instead of showing you all of it, I'm just going to go ahead and just show you what I'm doing. Now, when you make these, you want to put them upside down here. So you'll want to go to advanced rotation by holding down Q. And then go upside down. Now, this only works for Alpha 16. In Alpha 17, they're talking about fixing it to where zombies don't take damage on the bottoms of these spikes here, only on the tops. So be aware of that. Alpha 17 probably won't be that long before it's released. So if you're watching it after Alpha 17's been released, that probably no longer works. Check the patch notes. They'll say whether it works or not. If you don't see anything in the patch notes about it, then that probably means it works. But that's just a trick. The reason why I do that is because I don't like them hopping up and down on top of the spikes, which they'll do if you place them the correct way. But if you put them upside down like that, they'll just walk across it, lose their legs and stuff like that. So, and it'll constantly do damage to them as well. But now that that's done, I'm going to go on and call the episode here. I'm just going to finish placing spikes in here before the next episode and finish out the night. Probably, if I've got any extra time after I drop the spikes down, I'm just going to finish my little plans here. So I will get with you when the morning comes. Have a good day. As always, people, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like to show your support for the series. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more, show that subscribe button some love. Be sure to click that notification bell to be notified of my daily releases, and maybe one of these videos on screen is of interest to you as well.